Why do you think the devil is making us fight ourselves? Sometimes you come to a small fellowship or even a department. You say choir department. There are 12. 6 are keeping malice. And we are talking fire to take territory. It can't work. For the fire to fall, we must become one. Because unity is a sign of brokenness. The Bible said in Proverbs 13:10, it says every contention is a result of pride. So when people can't unite, it means they are proud. It means they are not broken. And God can't allow fire fall upon them. So you must, number one, become selfless. Because only sacrifices carry the fire. Number two, we must sustain unity. And number three, we must respond to the demand of the season. In Joel chapter 2, from verse 28, when the fire fell, it fell because God was opening a new season. And that was why in Acts chapter 2, when the fire fell, from verse 16, Peter said, this is what Joel spoke about. This is the last days. So a season has opened. If you want the fire to fall upon you, you must respond to the season that God is bringing you into. Jesus, the fire came upon him because the time came for him to go into ministry. And he came to John, he said, suffer it to be so for now. Thus it becometh us to fulfill all righteousness. The moment he was baptized, coming out of the water, the Holy Ghost fell. Most of you who are hearing me now, God is opening and bringing you into a new season, but you are resisting it. You have gotten a job, but God is saying, I want you to join missions. And you say, Lord, I did this interview 20 times. This is the first month I'm doing this job. I can't leave now. Now, there's nothing wrong. There's such a thing called acceptable will of God. There's such a thing called perfect will. You can go in the line of the acceptable will. You still have a good life, but you will not be part of God's army. You will not be part of God's army. Oh, there's this young man that you appreciated. Now you are becoming friends. God is now telling you, you will marry somebody else. You say, Father, this is the portrait of husband as far as I'm concerned. It's either this one or never. And you will trouble God in prayer for 3 months. He will now say, okay, since this is what you want, go ahead. I will bless it. And he will bless it, but that is acceptable way. You will be shocked that as you get married, your fire will die. Because the fire is for kingdom advancement. It's not for excitement. And you have chosen a path that is not consistent with God's kingdom agenda. If you want to be on fire, you must respond to the season. But you see, these things are not a challenge for those who have entered there. If your priesthood have taken you there, being sacrificial will not be, is normal. Surrendering to demands of seasons is normal. You will yield to it, and you will carry the flames that will deliver a generation. Listen, a 5 of us here carry fire. You will see the implication in less than 2 months. Nobody will, you don't need, no, everybody will know that something has happened to this one. A woman came to fellowship and the fire of God hit her. My goodness. In 3 months, she started in collaboration with my wife, women ministry. And in less than 9 months, they had 40 clusters. Clusters mean territorial units where people pray. 40 in less than 9 months. Something was burning in her. Every 2 a.m. she will send message to everybody, and she didn't skip it once. You know this one is not normal. You come back from work, you should be tired, but when the fire is burning, even when you lie down, you can't sleep. And you will do this kingdom work till 4 a.m. sleep for 2-3 hours. 6 o'clock you are back up. You won't even know where the energy is coming from. It's the energy of the spirit. Fire has come. I knew when the fire of God came upon me, and I became wild. Oh, sometimes you come back from a journey, your whole body is aching. The moment it is time for kingdom work, strength will just mantle you. You will be refreshed like a kid. You become like Mount Zion that cannot be moved. So some things we don't even teach people. Sometimes we are careful not to tell people our routine, so they don't try it with zeal. Because even we know what is powering us is not normal. There was a time the intensity on me was so much. For 5 years, I was literally fasting almost every day. There were few days that I didn't eat. And I was a student. I was teaching in a Bible college. I was doing my master's degree and I was teaching in another school. My schedule was hectic. But if I want to eat, it's like sin. There were few periods that I ate food, very scanty, and people lived with me who can testify. This is not me stood up and say I will fast. No, something came on me, and you can't eat in the morning. And even after that fast, till tomorrow, eating in the morning is like sin. Sometimes it's towards evening, 2-3 o'clock, that you now realize you are supposed to eat food, and you are, because the stomach chamber too closed. Ask those who work with me here, they will tell you. A fire will change your appetite. It will alter who you are. But that thing is designed to make you a warrior. Do you think people obey and respond to what you say because it was appealing? When you talk, there is a sting of God that touches their heart. And this message I'm preaching to you, people have heard it. I'm not talking about sickness, they are healed. And I'm not saying something that happened 5 years ago. I was in Kaduna last weekend on Friday. I was preaching like this. I finished, I said, if you are healed, come. Over 30 people were healed instantly. Nobody said be healed. There is a flame that comes out that collides with sin, that collides with sickness. It's a flame. I've seen addicts, pornographic addicts, drug addicts. They collided with the message and something entered them, altered their molecular structure, and their appetites died. It is those flames that become your signature to territories. And so priesthood brings you to a point where you accept the verdict to be a sacrifice.